What up, y'all, and welcome to Memphis International Raceway for the 12th race in the 2023 NRSL Jerky Pro Truck Series. 34th in the point standings, Colin Cropley gets his first career pole with 2020 race winner Lucas Catano to his outside. Sky Commons Daniel Brown in row 2, Kate Anderson, Zachary DeLello row 3. David Dixon and Max Anderson in row 4 with Ryan Brommer and Donovan Cage in row number 5. You got Sam Young in row 6. I see Dylan Ibrahimian, Enzo Nareza next to one another. Peter Onjak, your points leader in the mid-pack, along with Winnie Calhoun and some more drivers. Other race winners here, 2021 was Redacted in the 77 truck. And last year was the 13 of Jack James. Chevy's got 2 wins here, Ford with 1. So Toyota and Ram looking for their first wins here today. Catano would be looking to be the first 2-time winner. Same with the 13 of Jack James. Long race here today, 134 laps, expecting a 2-stop strategy. And as always, it's a short track, no cautions. Second to last race of that type of situation here, though with Papyrus there will be a unique twist of if there is a huge wreck, a caution will come out. But after today, just 3 races will remain in the championship. Onjak comes in with an 18-point lead over Winnie Calhoun, who is fresh off her second win of the season. Reggie Fogelman third in points, 35 back. Jack James fourth, 42 back. Sam Young fifth, 51 back. Gene Sanford, Jessica Strauss, 55 and 59 back. 6th and 7th in the points are currently the only drivers left in range. The points were really close a couple of races ago. Now they have started to spread out. Can Onjak continue to grow his points lead, or will Sam Young or some other drivers start to have some good runs here to make a final charge towards that championship hunt? We'll find out. Green flag is out. We're underway here in Memphis. Cropley leads lap 1. You saw Catano trying to put up a fight on the outside line. You can put up a little bit of a fight here off of turn 2, but not so much off of turn 4. Heavy tire fall off. Expecting the drivers to split this race into thirds, so likely will be 45 to 48 laps on the fuel, I believe. Sky Commons will move into second place off a good run at Bristol Dirt. Commons comes into this race 11th in the points, 76 points back, so looking to do all he can to gain points on the points leader of Peter Onjak. As he is a fellow rookie to Colin Cropley, but has had a much better season. Cropley has struggled greatly in the Nice truck. Commons in the Roush truck, not so much. I mean, points are pretty tight, though. If you look at Cropley, Cropley comes in 173 points back, so a 100-point difference. Cropley average finish of 24th. Sky Commons average finish of 18th. So 6 positions better. How about David Dixon, currently in 4th place? We saw him about win Bristol Dirt. Got passed on the final lap by Winnie Calhoun. Ryan Brommer in 5th, continuing his steady runs here on the short tracks. Seen him run very well since Martinsville. DeLello looking for 6th on Kate Anderson. Max Anderson right behind in 8th. Daniel Brown with a good qualifying effort this afternoon. He's looking for what would be his first top 10 of the season. So he comes into this thing last in the point standings. And Ibrahimian already up to 10th right behind them. Sam Young up into the top 15. Same with Peter Onjak. And there's that 23 of Winnie Calhoun as Donovan Cage is going backwards. David Dixon has motored on by Sky Commons and is now all over the bumper of Colin Cropley, looking for the race lead. Dixon would be looking to make it 2 wins in a row at this track for Ford and for ThorSport. And Dixon would be looking to get his first career win in the process. Haven't really talked silly season this year at the end of the season as compared to previous seasons, but going to be a lot of new teams and teams leaving the Jerky Pro Truck Series at the end of the year, heading into the 2024 season. I'm hearing that likely all kinds of signings will take place once the season is over. And likely no sign-up videos next year. We'll make a video about how you guys can, guys and gals can get into this series or the Digital Storm Cup Series. Got a new rules package I'll be rolling out. But I got to make a video on where y'all will have to go to get a ride for this series. But back to the racing action. Dixon into the lead. Commons fell to 4th. But now looking to take 3rd place back from the 24 of Ryan Brommer. Missed this incident back on lap 3. Downey tried to turn down on Eric Monaco. Didn't know he was 3 wide on the top. And a slow spin to the outside wall. Downey, though, now back towards the back of the field. So he's had some clean racetrack. Not a lot of damage to the 40. Just a little scrapes on the right side. Sky Commons has tracked down David Dixon for the race lead. Here you see Dixon currently fastest lap on the board with a 23.740. He's currently fallen off almost a full second from that over these first 23 laps. Commons all over his bumper for the lead. Brommer has moved up into 3rd, so that drops Cropley to 4th. How about Max Anderson in the 88 up to 5th, as Commons will put a move on Dixon for the race lead here on lap 25. Commons unable to complete the pass. Dixon with a good run off of corner exit. You've also got Zachary DeLello moving through the field. He's up to 6th. As Catano 7th, Brown 8th, Anderson 9th, Kate Anderson that is, and Delon Ibrahimium rounds out the top 10. Commons going for the lead here again through 1 and 2. Dixon, decent run off of turn 2 this time, but not enough to clear the 17. It's back of the picture. Max Anderson looking to the inside of Cropley for 4th. Commons leads for the first time at the start-finish line. That makes him the 3rd different leader on the day. And going into turn 1, he will clear Dixon for the race lead. Getting closer to the first round of pit stops. Good as time as any to take a look at the back of the field. Last year's winner, Jack James, not having a good go. He is currently in last place. That is not good for his championship hopes. He comes in 4th in the points, 42 behind Onjack. Onjack faring much better. Same can be said for James Ellison here, currently in 35th. Ellison comes into this race 10th in the points, 76 back, same as Sky Commons, who is currently leading. Reset the running order board there. See Jean Sanford not having a good time really either. She is currently in 29th. Donovan Cage has fallen down the running order to 27th, looking to maybe lose another spot. Not a good truck under him today. Enzo Nareza 22nd. Sam Young 20th. Speaking of Sam Young came into this race 5th in the points, 51 back. You see Peter Onjack currently in 12th. Winnie Calhoun in 16th place. Adam Flickinger 14th. Ibrahim now down to 13th. Jessica Strauss up to 11th. As Usman Hamid has moved up to 10th. Remember, Hamid was having a great go at Martinsville and then had an incident coming out of pit road. He rebounded well at Bristol Dirt. He comes into this one also 76 points back. Listed as 9th in the points, though technically with the tiebreaker now. As I look at it, Ellison with his win would be 9th. But all of these drivers are chasing Sky Commons. Cropley has now fallen to 7th as DeLello has moved up to 5th. Zachary DeLello, currently rookie driver for the number 4 Stuart Haas car in the Digital Storm Cup Series down here in Jerky Pro for what I believe is his 3rd season. DeLello has not had a good year at all, just one top 10 on the year, 36th in the point standings, and has not been qualifying well this year either. But DeLello looking good here today, looking for what would be his first top 5 finish of the season. As up the road now, as he gets a battle from Lucas Gaetano, we can see Max Anderson, Ryan Brommer, and David Dixon are the only 3 really keeping touch with the 17 of Sky Commons. From 32nd place, Archibald Buttersworth with an issue, hearing flat tire on the number 41 truck. And that is going to hold up the 37 of Dennis Moore. Buttersworth going to try and turn it down the racetrack, but he's going to come to a stop here. He's right in the middle of the fray. But he will get towed back to pit lane here, and nobody will run him over. Archibald Buttersworth is done for the race. It was actually a suspension issue on the 41. First round of pit stops beginning here on lap 46. Daniel Brown will be the first one down, bringing Kate Anderson, Delon Ibrahimian, and Stephen Waters. Race leader Sky Commons will pit second time around, bringing in the rest of the top 10 with them. Going to see a couple of drivers stay out. Maybe no. Nareza and Skylar Taylor with late moves to pit road, but Braxton will stay out. Hunter Braxton bringing some other drivers along with him to stay out one more lap. Not looking to get bogged down with the heavy pit road. So with all racetracks, if you enter in behind a ton of drivers, you tend to lose time. Gene Sanford, James Ellison, Gatlin Downey, Ron Bishop, Corey Riggs also choosing to stay out an extra lap as Daniel Brown comes out of pit road. Let's see where he ranks out of the leaders. There goes Sky Commons. He will retain the lead, I believe, with the lead he had. Dixon, Brommer, second and third. Daniel Brown will file in line, though, in fourth. Actually, looks like he might clear teammate Ryan Brommer here in the turn 3. That he does, so put Daniel Brown into a provisional third place. Let's see how teammate in the 9 of James Ellison fares here, as he will actually come out second in line of this group behind Hunter Braxton. Braxton will come out right in front of the 9. 9 going to come out side by side with the 66 and the 93. And put the number 9 of James Ellison in 20th place there at the start-finish line. So a really good gain for the 9. And he'll see if he can gain some more positions here as we look up the road. Lucas Gaetano down to 15th now. Winnie Calhoun 14th. Ibrahimian 12th. Peter Onjak sits inside the top 10. That's not good for competition. But Adam Flickinger, Jessica Strauss, Usman Hamid all in front. Donovan Cage is actually a lap down in 41st. Issues for the 6th today. That's going to really hurt his chances at rebounding to fight for a championship. Did not have a good go at Bristol either. But Sky Commons currently the race leader with a 2-second lead over the 98 of David Dixon. Commons continuing to hold strong, but his lead has shrunk. David Dixon has closed into under a second. Ryan Brommer under 2 seconds. Almost a second and a half now. Daniel Brown's undercut has started to fall off, but he remains in fourth for the time being. Max Anderson closing in fifth. Usman Hamid up to 6th place. Adam Flickinger 7th. Ibrahimian has moved up to 8th. Jessica Strauss 9th as Peter Onjak under fire from Eric Monaco for 10th. Winnie Calhoun sits in 15th. Hunter Braxton 16th with fellow overcutter James Ellison up to 17th place. So Ellison was running poorly at the beginning, but has seen a very good rebound here in the second stint. Now looking for 16th on Braxton. Benjamin Ice, teammate to the 99, right there with him. Pat Johnson up to 19th. We saw him at the back of the field earlier as well. Reggie Fogelman rounds out the top 20. Nereza is 21st. Colin Cropley, our pole sitter, has fallen to 28th. Jack James kind of getting better here. He's up to 30th. Sam Young had a terrible pit stop. He just has fallen all the way down here outside the top 30. He's moving back up to 33rd now by Gatlin Downing. Several drivers a lap down. Zachary DeLello was having a great run. It went out the window. He is 38th. Same with Donovan Cage. We see a lap down in 41st. So a tough break for DeLello. And right now he is pretty much... Oh, he's going to try and get his lap back here, I think, on Commons. And that is going to help, likely, David Dixon, as now Ryan Brommer has entered the picture. Brommer has been stuck on the outside of Donovan Cage and Zachary DeLello for several laps now after passing David Dixon for second place. Check out your leaderboard. You'll see Max Anderson up to 4th, Daniel Brown down to 5th, but a good gap over 6th, which is now belong to Adam Flickinger. Eric Monaco's up to 8th, Roberto Crown Jr. up to 10th, as Onjack down to 13th. How about James Ellison, though, up to 14th? 9 continuing to move forward as the 23 has fallen to 19th. Should be closing in on the final round of pit stops here in a handful of laps. Expecting maybe perhaps the 48 to kick that off once again. As now Brommer under fire from David Dixon for second place once again. Dixon still holds the fastest lap, but you see James Ellison up there with a 23:7:49. As right now the drivers are running almost 2.5 seconds off pace. Commons a 25:96 last time by. Let's see what it is this time by. 26:040. See a lot of let-off time, a lot of time on the brakes here in the Jerky Pro Truck Series, down to about 85 mile an hour mid-corner. But see a ton of power down the straightaway, almost 130 here even on super worn tires. Max Anderson looking to get by lap truck Dale Johnson. So we're still waiting for the first one to make the move down the pit road, as Ellison has made a move past Peter Onjack. Ellison looking to gain some points here in the championship this afternoon. Daniel Brown will once again be the first one down pit road here, coming to lap 92. Brings in Usman Hamid, Cade Anderson, Delon Ibrahimi, all top 10 drivers. Skylar Taylor, Colin Cropley looking to gain some track position back. Sky Commons will pit next time by. He brings in Dixon. He brings in Brommer. He brings in Max Anderson. Will anyone from back here stay out? Yep, James Ellison's going to go an extra lap. Benjamin Ice, Hunter Braxton, Waters with a late move to pit as Ron Bishop stays out. Whole swarm of trucks going to pit here side by side. Sam Young's in this fray. Jack James is in this fray. So Ellison choosing to take the overcut once more. It worked out for him the first time. Hey, why not do it a second time? So lead Benjamin Ice, Hunter Braxton, Ron Bishop down pit road. Daniel Brown will come out first. See how he fares to the other drivers from the second group. We'll see Sky Commons leave first with lap truck DeLello behind. Then David Dixon, Ryan Brommer second and third. Now here comes Max Anderson, who's got Adam Flickinger right up his bumper now. As Usman Hamid with his undercut right there behind Daniel Brown. As it looks like there was an issue between Braxton and Benjamin Ice. This was actually back on lap 75. Benjamin Ice, Hunter Braxton. Braxton just going to barely get into the right rear of his teammate. And then makes contact with Ice. And then Ice going to turn him down the track. Contact ends. And then team owner likely over the radio yelling at them to cut it out. And just, I think, a small misjudge there by the 99. But that gave the 99 and 93 door damage, and they are now repairing that on their pit stop. Sky Commons comes out with a 3.5 second lead over Ryan Brommer and David Dixon. 4th down to about 15th. I think for some of these drivers, all within range of grabbing some positions. James Ellison up to 11th now. Once again, overcut strategy, paving the way for this 9 team. He's got Jessica Strauss in front of him. Roto Crown Jr., Eric Monaco, Max Anderson, probably immediate positions that you could see the 9 truck get here in these last 37 laps. Adam Flickinger, Oliver Usman Hamid for 5th. As Daniel Brown just up the road in 4th is on the undercut with the 2 seconds of fall off. Positions likely available to be grabbed as it looks like the 20 of Dale Johnson has some damage. Dale Johnson got his damage from the 22 of Delon Ibrahimian, was leaving his pit stall. Johnson going to turn in, and contact was made, and that sometimes can happen here on pit road, especially at a short track. Coming to 30 laps to go, Ryan Brommer has been chopping away at Sky Commons' race lead. Down to a second now between the 17 and the 24. Can't say the same for Dixon. Now remember, these trucks did pit on the same lap. Looks like Commons is mostly dealing with lap trucks passing him to his inside, and that is costing him valuable time over Brommer, who Brommer is passing the lappers himself. That time by, you see Brommer takes a third of the race lead away from Commons. Meanwhile, Daniel Brown has actually been closing in on David Dixon. Adam Flickinger right there with him in 5th. Flickinger looking like he might try to climb to 3rd here. As you see Ellison up to 10th. Brommer going to send it in on Kyler Anderson. Sky Commons right there. Commons has dominated the middle portion of this race, and it looks like the 24 team might have made a good change here on this machine. And that's going to allow him to take a stab at the race lead here from Commons. Sends it in. Commons wiggles up, gives him the lane. Side by side for the lead here on lap 108. Can Commons do anything to fight off the charge of the 24? Looks like not for now. Ryan Brommer, new race leader here with 26 laps to go at Memphis. 2.5 second lead for Ryan Brommer over Sky Commons. Adam Flickinger up to 3rd. Daniel Brown 4th. David Dixon 5th. As James Ellison's closing in from 6th place, 3 wide right behind him. For 7th place, that's Monaco, Hamid, and Roberto Crown Jr. with the lap truck of Benjamin Ice pushing the 87 by. Max Anderson sitting in 10th, watching this unfold. They're still 3 wide in front of him. Benjamin Ice not for position, but now Max Anderson on the bottom is. The 14 and the 47 have remained even, but the truck on the very bottom has been passing them. Jessica Strauss going to look to take a 2-for-1 as well. So Max Anderson will move up into 8th. Meanwhile, Ellison has moved by Dixon into 5th. That makes it a Junior Motorsports 1-4-5. At the current moment. Could all 3 Junior Motorsport trucks finish in the top 5 today? Anderson will move by for 8th. Strauss looking to take 9th. As now Hunter Braxton right behind them going for... Actually, Braxton a lap down, so not for position. But Braxton on the inside of Onjak, as Onjak's got Pat Johnston just behind them. Onjak looking at another really good point stay. Currently in 12th. If he can get into the top 10, he'll get a couple more points. as he's got championship competitors in front of him. Jessica Strauss, James Ellison, Sky Commons, Ryan Brommer. Brommer came into this thing 78 points back. He's looking to gain a ton of points. Ellison looking for another 3 points here if he can get by the 48 of Daniel Brown. As it doesn't look like Commons will be able to catch back up to Ryan Brommer. The 24 machine is gone. Fastest lap on the day will end up belonging to Gene Sanford, a 23.739. David Dixon, James Ellison, Ron Bishop, and Brittany Turner. Top 5 on the chart today. Everyone setting a lap time faster than the 24.0. Move the 9 of Ellison up to 4th place, but does he have time to hunt down Adam Flickinger for 3rd? Or will that perhaps end up becoming the 17 of Sky Commons? Adam Flickinger has caught Sky Commons. He'll move to the inside of him here with 8 laps to go. Ellison still 2.5 seconds back. Not sure if he will get to the 17 in time, but he's got clean racetrack in front of him. Meanwhile, Daniel Brown running in 5th. He's got Benjamin Ice closing in along with Roberto Crown Jr. as Strauss has moved up to 7th. Monaco sits in 8th. Anderson 9th as Pat Johnson now fighting with Peter Onjak for 10th. As Ron Bishop going to make it 3 wide with Johnson and Gene Sanford. Stephen Waters also in this mix, as David Dixon has now fallen outside of the top 15. As Fogelman's going to go by to take 15th place. Winnie Calhoun sits 20th. Ibrahimian 18th. Sam Young 21st. Young has rebounded well from a first time pit stop was very poor. How about Gatlin Downey 27th? Had that early spin. Jack James still rough day in 28th. Donovan Cage has rebounded a little bit. He is 32nd, though, a lap down. Lucas Catano in 31st. Let's move Onjak into 10th. That's 2 more points from 10th, from 11th to 10th. Now just a point apiece, though, if he can get 9th and perhaps 8th. As James Ellison is closing in on Sky Commons, looking for 3rd, would be another 3 points in his pocket to gain over Peter Onjak. Heading to some, quite honestly, random tracks here for the next 2 races. Papyrus qualifying is going to mean a lot, but draft will mean a lot as well on the pit strategy you take there at that high-speed road course. And then Pensacola is going to be a matter of luck. If you missed a big wreck, don't miss the big wreck. By the way, could you tell I had caffeine while recording this race? I hope you could tell. My commentary is all over the place, as James Ellison's going to take 3rd from the 17 of Sky Commons. Daniel Brown going to be on the edge of his seat here, trying to get a top 5, which will also be his first top 10 of the season. 2 laps to go, though. We'll head up to race leader Ryan Brommer, who has just gotten by a hornet's nest of lap trucks. It's coming to the white flag, Ryan Brommer. 3-time road course winner in the Digital Storm Cup Series. Looking to get his first oval win, and it's going to be down here in the Jerky Pro Truck Series. And on a short track at that. Coming through turns 3 and 4 for the final time, it's going to be Ryan Brommer, giving Junior Motorsports their 2nd win at this racetrack. That'll be Chevy's win as well. So Chevy Ford now 2 wins apiece here at Memphis. Adam Flickinger comes home in 2nd place. James Ellison 3rd. Sky Commons 4th. Man, that truck was dominant in the middle portion of the race and just fell off a cliff here at the end. I don't know if it was a poor adjustment or what the case was on the 17. Daniel Brown, though, comes home with a 5th. Roberto Crown Jr., Jessica Strauss, Eric Monaco, Ron Bishop, Gene Sanford. The top 10 as Onjak fell out right at the end. He'll come home in 11th place. Other notables: Max Anderson 13th, Fogelman 15th, Ibrahimian 16th, Calhoun 18th, Sam Young 19th, David Dixon 22nd, Colin Cropley 25th, Catano 27th, Jack James 32nd, Donovan Cage 33rd, DeLello 36th, and Usman Hamid 40th. As Hamid had a bad stop at the end as well, I believe, or just ran really poorly at the end. I'm not sure. I didn't see anything. So anyway, that's it for me here today, and I'll see y'all for more racing at Papyrus. Digital Storm is going to be back, and it's going to be a fun weekend. Last year we saw the 37, which was driven by PJ Vidal, win here in the Jerky Pro Truck Series. That's now driven by Dennis Moore. Maybe the 37 can go 2 in a row with 2 different drivers. As Zach Flickinger won the Digital Storm race. We'll see if he can back that up. He has yet to win in 2023 in the Cup Series. That's all, though. Here come your official race results and point standings. 3 races to go in the 2023 season.